So welcome back to the new videos. Today we'll discuss about the proportions. Okay, so what is the proportion sets? Okay, there are four quantities you are taking. Let's say A quantity, B quantity, C quantity, and D quantity. Is A is to B, okay, and C is to D. Okay, if these two quantity and these two quantities are equal, then we say it is in the proportions. Okay, if these two quantities, any two quantities, okay. So if these two quantities, if you see A quantities and B quantities, four quantities we are taking. Okay, we are taking their ratios. A is to B and C is to C is to D. Okay, so it said these quantities are in the proportions. Okay, if these quantities are in the proportion, if these two first quantity, if this first quantity, okay, the first, these two quantity, these two ratios, the first ratios, okay, is equal to second ratio, that is C is to D. A is to B is equal to C is to D. Then we say they are in the proportions. Okay, they are in the proportion. That is what we are going to say. Okay, so how can we check? Okay, how can we check that they are in the proportions? Okay, so that is what we will discuss. Okay, that is what we will discuss in the questions. So let's go to question number 9. Let's go to the question number 9. Which of the following arrangement are in the proportions? Question number 9. Which of the following arrangement arrangements, okay, are in proportion? So number 1, what is given? 10, 60, and 150 and 25. Okay, so what shall we do is that the first and the last, okay, we will multiply the first and the last. That means we will multiply the products of two extreme and the products of mean. Okay, we will multiply the first of all solutions. What shall we do is that we will multiply the products, the first and the last. That means what? Product of the two extreme, product of extreme. That means, what is it? 10 into 25. That is how much? 250. Okay, then products of the mean. That means what? We will multiply the two middle one. Okay, that is what? 60 into 150. So if you multiply this will become 0, 0, 6, 5, so 30, 3, 9, 6, 1, 6, 9. If I'm not wrong. 0 and 0 it is here. 6, 5, so 30, 3, 9, 6, 1, 6, 9. Okay, now you see both of their products and extremes are not equal, then we cannot say they are in the proportions. Okay, so products of the extreme is not equal to products of mean. They are not equal to mean, that means they are not a proportion. But if the product of the extreme, these two products and these two products are equal, then we can say they are in a proportions. Okay, let's try to check one more question. I think you're clear about it. Since the product of the extremes is not equal to products of the mean, okay, product of the mean, they are not equal to, therefore, okay, the arrangement is not in proportions. Okay, therefore the arrangement is not in proportions. Okay, so since they are products of the extreme, that means the corner extreme is these two corners, if they multiply is 250, and the product of these two mean, the middle one, okay, their difference is 9,000. Since they are not equal to each other, we cannot say they are in a proportions. Okay, so next let's go to another question number 2. Okay, Roman number 2, question number 9, Roman number 2. Okay, so question number 2, Roman number 9, what is said? Number 2. So 12, 16, 6 and 8. Okay, now again we will do the same thing. Product of extreme. What is it? Product of extreme is equal to what? 12 into 8. So 96 it is. 8 is a 16, 1, 8 1 is a 9. Now products of the mean, let's try to find out. Products of means that we will find out. 16 into 6, that is also 96. Okay, 16 into 6 is also 96. Since the product of the extremes and the product of the extreme, okay, therefore products of extremes is equal to products of mean, that is also equal to 96. Therefore, and then 12, 6, 16, 6 and 8 are in proportions. I think you're clear about this one. Okay, so this is how we write. Okay, so in this way you try to do the remaining questions. Okay, in this way you try to do the remaining questions. Okay, this is the remaining question. It is given as a homework. Okay, so let's go to question number 10. Okay, see here, since find the values of x of which the following form a proportions. Okay, so if the proportions are equal, that means if they are proportion, we have told you that before, so I told you A is to B is in the proportions. Okay, they are in the proportion means C is to D. Okay, if the proportion are equal, that means what? A is to B will be equal to what? C is to D. Okay, so which implies it is here you see 2 is to 9 will be equal to almost x is to 27. So I can also write this one as a 2 by 9 is equal to what? X by 27. Okay, so leaving x, I will send all the numbers this side. That means that x by 9. If I send 27 this side, we can multiply because it is in the division. Okay, so 9 3 is the 27, which implies that 3 2 is the 6 is equal to x. So what is our x? Our x value is almost 6. Our x value is almost 6. Okay, so our x value is almost 6. Okay, I think you're clear about this. Our x value is almost, which implies that x is equal to 3 2 is a 6 is equal to x, therefore x is almost 6. I think you're clear about this one. Okay, so in this way let's try to do one more questions. Okay, two more questions, I'm sorry. Two more questions. Now since they are in proportion, that means ratio, the first ratio and the second ratio will be equal. That means I'm doing question number 3. Add x to x is to 16 is to 35. 16 is to 35. So what is it? Solution they are in a proportion, that means what? Add x to x is equal to 16 is to 35. So what is it? 8 by x will be equal to 16 by 35. So what shall I do is that I will do the cross multiplication. Then this will multiply, 8 will multiply with 35 and x will multiply with 16. Now again what shall I do is that I will rearrange x into 16 is equal to what? 8 into 35. Okay, now again I'm rearranging this one. I will leave x only and then move this 16 this side. So if I move this 16 this side, it will become division. Divided by 16. 8 to the 16. So what is the answer? X is equal to 35 by 2. Okay, so 8 is equal to 35 by 2. So 8 is equal to 35 by 2. We can divide this one. So x is equal to what? 2 1s are 2. 2 7s are 14.5. What is the values of x? The values of x is equal to 17.5. I think you're clear about this one. Okay, so one more question, that is question number 6. Okay, so please note it down, copy it. Okay. So one more question, that is Roman number 6. X is to 8 is to 16. So same thing here. So solutions they are in a proportion, that means what? 8 is to 8 is equal to 8 is to 16. So if I write this one, x by 8 is equal to 8 by 16. So 2 8 1s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So what is it? X is equal to what? You send 8 this side again, then multiply by 1 by 2. So 2 4s are 8. What is the values of x? Our values of x is what? 4. Okay. So in this way you try to solve the remaining questions. Okay. So I'm not writing the questions again. Question number 11. The first, seconds, and fourths and terms of proportion is 32, 8, 112, and 827. Let's say first one is, let's say A is given what? A is given 32, and B is also given 112. C is also given. The third is fourth. I'm sorry. C is not given. Fourth is given A. D is given, what is it? D is given as 217. So they said they are in a proportion. That means what? A is to B is to, again, C is to D. So which implies that if they are in a proportion, that means what? A is to B will be equal to C is to D. So I can say A is to B can be written as A is how much? 32, and B is written as 112. We don't know C, so keep it C like this, and we know D is what? 217. So if I write this one again, I can write in this way, which implies 32 by 112 is equal to C by 217. So if I write this one, C will be equal to 32 by 12, 112 into 217. So calculate this, you will get the answers. Okay, calculate this, you will get the answers. So here you see, you can start 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12, 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16. 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4, 7 3s are 21, 7 1s are 7. So what is it? 2 into 31. So if you calculate, what is it? 2 1s are 2, 3 2s are 6. What is the answer? 62. What is the answer? 62 is a C is a third value is a 62. Okay, so in this way you try to find out the question number 12 also in a 13. Okay, question number 13 I'm doing. Question number 12 will be your homework. Okay. Next, question number 13. Find the third proportions to 1 kg, 1 kilometers, 250 meters, and 500 grams. Okay, so what is the third? That is what we are talking about. Okay, so let's go to the question number 13. Find the third proportions to 1 kg, 1 kilometers, 250 meters, and 500 grams. Okay, so solutions. Question number 13. Number A, that is 1 kilometers, and number B, which is in 50 gram or 50 meters. So 250 meters, I'm sorry, 250 meters. So I have to make this one in the same unit. That means if I make this one, they become 1000 meters. Okay, now C we don't have, and D we know that is how much? 500 gram. Okay, so since they are in a proportions, okay, since they are in a proportion, therefore since they are in a proportions, okay, since they are in a proportion, so I can write like this only. Since A1 is to A1 and 2, therefore A1 and A2, therefore A1 A is to B is proportional to the C is to D. So I know that A is what? 1000, and B is what? 250. Will be also equal to what? C we don't know, and D we know it is 500 gram. Okay, so what is it? If I can rearrange this one, that means 1000 divided by 250 is equal to what? C by 500. Okay, so C by 500. So I can write this one as in this way. That means what? Which implies that C is what? 1000 divided by 250 into 500. So 0 and 0 cancel. 25 2s are 50. So C is how much? 2000 gram. So I can write this one gram as kg, so 2 kg it is. Okay, so what is our C? Our C is 2 kg. Okay. I think you're clear about this one, right? So let's go to the next one. That is question number 14. Okay, the ratio of the length of the playground to its width is 5:3, and Find a wide if the length is 40. Okay, so what is the question number 14? I'm not writing the questions here because the question is already in the textbook. You can note it down from the textbooks only. Okay, so what is that? Okay, directly I'm writing, not okay. See, there are solutions. Length to the width. That means what? Length, let's say length 1. L1 is given as 5. And breadth, that is B1 is given as, let's say, 3. Okay. Now, they have been given that the width, okay, but length is given another. Let's say Lx. Let's say this is Lx. So length is given again. Length L2 is given as in the form of 40 meters. Okay, now this is in the form of 40 meters, but breadth we don't have. So B2 we don't have. This is what we don't have. But since they have said that they are in a proportions, okay, therefore, what is it? L1 is to B1 ratio and L2 is to B2. So I can write this one as L1 is how much? L1 by L2. L1 is to B1 is equal to L2 is to B2. So we know that L1 can be written as how much? 5x, and L2 can be written as Bx can be written as 3x. Is equal to L2 is how much? 40, but B2 is what? We don't know B2. So we have to find out the B2. So I can write this one as a 5x divided by 3x. 5x divided by 3x is equal to what? 40 divided by B2. Okay, so if I write this one again, I can write it this way. That is B2 will be equal to what? 40 into 3x divided by 5x. So x and x cancel. 5 is the 40. So what is our B? B2 is what? A3 is the 24. A3 is the 24 meters. What is the length of the bread? The length of the bread is 24 meters. Okay, the length of the bread is what? 24 meters. Okay, so in this way you can also do question number 15. Okay, so question number 15 will be your homeworks. Question number 15 will be your homework, and question number 16. This is the last question for this exercise. Okay, then we will go with the unitary method in next video lectures. Okay. Okay, next you see, it take a gardener 45 minutes to dig a flower bed of area 7.5 meter. If we dig at the same rate, how long does it take for the 9 meter squares? Okay, similarly again, okay, let's say given question number 16. Let's assume that, okay, let the time, therefore solution given. Time 1, let's say time t1, let's say this is a time I'm writing representing because they have given in a minute, so 45 minutes. Let's say area is given, area let's say A1, area A1, that is given what? Now 7.5 meters, 7.5 meters squares. So time 2 they have not given, time 2 they have not given, but area is given, area A2 is given. What is it? Area A2 is 9 meters squares. Okay. So we can say since they are in a progression, therefore A1 T1 by T1 is to A1 is to T2 is to A2, which implies that I can also write T1 by A1 is equal to T2 by A2. So I can also write this one. Okay, T1 is how much? 45, and A1 is how much? 7.5. T2 is how much? We don't know, but A2 we know what is it? 9. So I can write this one as a what? T2, which implies that T2 is equal to what? 4.5, 4 by 7.5 into 9. Okay, into 9, yes. Okay, let's see this one. How to solve this one? T2 is equal to what? T2 is equal to what? T2 is equal to what? So I can say 75 into 10 divided by 75 into 9. Okay, so 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 5 9s are 45. So what do you got here? 2 into 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6, so multiply these two. Okay, so if you multiply these two, 9 6 are 54 minutes. How much time it will take? 54 minutes. Okay, the time taken is how much? 54 minutes. Okay, so in this way you try to solve the remaining questions, whatever the homework that you have. Okay, so anyway, we'll see in the next video lectures. Bye bye, stay safe. Okay, in the next video we'll talk about the unitary motion. Thank you.